Necessary and sufficient conditions are ideas used to establish causal relations in qualitative research. This is one way to talk about causality when you're not using statistics or experiments. Necessary conditions are factors that are required, or necessary, to produce an outcome. For example, you could say that improving rule of law is necessary to reduce corruption. You cannot reduce corruption without it. Another way to think of this is in reference to concepts and definitions. We can say that elections are a necessary element of democracy. If you do not have elections, then you do not have a democracy. And that's how you need to think about necessary conditions. If they are absent, the outcome is impossible. If there is no X, then there is no Y. Another way to think about necessary conditions is a hoop test. A country needs to meet certain criteria or jump through certain hoops to be considered a democracy. Sufficient conditions are those that, if present, mean you will always see a certain outcome. If X, then Y. Sometimes this is called a smoking gun, a sign that your outcome is always there. Sufficient conditions are very rare. It is more common to say that something is not a sufficient condition, as in, elections are not a sufficient conditions for democracy. Democracy requires more than just voting.